Welcome to Summer Shape Up. We are weeks 5 and 6, day 2 of our home workout. So what we need for today, we need an exercise band or tubing. We also need a chair, and then finally we'll use an exercise mat. So the format of this workout is pretty similar to the workouts we've done before. The only exception is that we're increasing our sets. So we're doing 3 sets today instead of 2. So the first exercise that we'll do is called a forward lunge. Now we're progressing on the lunges. Typically, we'll start with kind of a square base, stationary position, and then we proceeded to a reverse lunge. So now we're going to really focus on deceleration. So the forward lunge, we focus on 15 reps per leg. Big step forward. Take a big enough step forward where the knee doesn't pass over the toe. Drive through the heel of the front foot and push off. Okay. Now, you want to go to the other leg. So we're only focused on take a big step forward, the knee doesn't pass over the toe, drive through the heel. Now an additional step is to make sure that we're recruiting the muscles in the hip as best as possible. So what we're going to do, as you take a step forward, I'm going to include a little forward lean. Okay, I'm going to have a little more flexion in the hip, it's about 90 degrees, and a good push off. Okay, this simulates athletic movement. If you're a defensive back or you're defending in a basketball game, we're focused on a deep bend in the hips instead of being so upright. Okay, so that's the forward lunge. So, number 2, we're going to strengthen the core. Now, the alternate leg lift can be done simply by using the exercise mat. So what we'll do, we'll lie down with your head on the floor, shoulder blades on the floor, backside and feet on the floor. Now, press the lower back into the floor. That's going to keep your core muscles tight. We'll lift one leg up at a time. Now, at this point, depending upon your flexibility, it may be hard or difficult to bring your legs all the way up to 90 degrees. So if you're here or here, make sure that you keep the lower back pressed against the floor. Now I'm ready to start. As you bring one leg down, the other leg stays up, alternating fashion. Exhale as you lift the leg. Okay, so far as counting the repetitions, it's best just to count the total number of reps. So if you're looking at 10 per leg, you just count up to 20. And that'll give you your 10. Now, exercise number 3, we're going to start with alternating band rows to really help with posture and strengthen the back. So what you'll use here, being at home, you can use the leg of a table or a chair, anything that's pretty sturdy. So we wrap the band around here. I'll grab the ends of the tubing or the exercise band handle. I'll start with a nice upright posture. Now, tip, the further you step back, the more resistance you get on the band. So just take that into consideration. Bring the elbows back. Okay. So we're looking at a total of 30 repetitions, 15 per arm. All right, now it's time to complement that rowing motion with a pushing motion. So we're going to go into our push-up of the week, the shoulder tap push-up. So, once again, you can go with A, modified version, or B, regular or full version. So the modified version, you have your knees on the floor, hands just outside the width of the mat, and I'll go down to my push-up. I'll shoulder tap once, shoulder tap twice, and then back down. The challenge with the knees on the floor while doing this push-up is to prevent this from happening, your knees coming off the floor or your hips swaying from right to left. So not only are we strengthening the upper body, but we're also working on stability of the core. Now, the full version, it's pretty much keeping your legs straight. So you have the same technique, hands outside the width of the mat. You can start with the feet pretty wide too. So I'll go into my push-up. I'll shoulder tap, then push-up. Now, as far as counting these repetitions, shoulder tap left, shoulder tap right, push up, that's 1 rep. Shoulder tap left, shoulder tap right, push up, that's 2 reps. So we'll complete up to 10 repetitions. So just do the best you can. All right, now, for our next movement or exercise, we're going to get into the chair dip. So we have our chair here. And once again, you can place it against a wall or against something sturdy such as this table here or bench. Now, as far as progression on the chair dip, you have 3 different adjustments. Okay, so the first adjustment, you can have your heels directly under the knees. We'll call this easy. Okay. The next one we'll call medium. You could take a step forward where the heels are slightly above the knees. Okay? And hard, if you want the most resistance, simply almost straighten out your legs where your toes are pointing up toward the sky. That causes you to use less of your legs and more of your arms. Okay? So starting here, we'll call this easy. We're going to go to medium. Take a step forward. Toes and heels are still on the floor. And then finally, hard. You can straighten out your legs, point up the toes, and drive up. Okay? So, whichever one you choose, easy, medium, or hard, make sure you're able to get the desired rep goal of 15 reps. Now finally, we're going to go back to the exercise tubing, or if you have an exercise band, that works well too. So we're going to have a nice outside grip here. We're going to place both feet on the band or tubing. Now, with this curling or interval technique, Tabata curls, you're going to start by curling, doing as many repetitions as you can in 20 seconds. Okay, so go whatever tempo you choose, make sure you can keep that tempo for 20 seconds. Now once we're done, arms may start to burn, that's okay. We rest for 10 seconds. You can have a stopwatch to make sure you're on pace. So then at the 30-second mark, you're going to go for another 20 seconds, doing as many repetitions as you can, trying to keep the same speed as you did during the first 20 seconds. And then the 50-second mark, that will be our time. Okay? So on this one here, we're basically working for 20, resting for 10, work for 20, and that'll be a total of 50 seconds. Now once you complete these 6 movements, then we'll complete the exercise, an additional 2 more sets in a circuit style fashion, just like I showed you, and that'll be our workout completed for today.